Good morning. I am Sagar Dalvi, batch July 2021. Today's date is 16 August 2021, and today I am going to explain one of the core up concept, that is polymorphism. Before switching to the actual topic, let's discuss some of the facts regarding the Java language. Uh, Java language predecessor is C++ language, and C++ up concept was directly inherited in Java language. Means this polymorphism concept in Java is directly or indirectly inherited from the C++ language. When we go in etymology of polymorphism, then polymorphism word is made up of two Greek words. The first one is poly, and second is morph. Poly means many, and morph means form. Means the meaning of polymorphism is many form. There are two types of polymorphism in Java. The first one is compile time polymorphism, and second one runtime polymorphism. In compile time polymorphism, again there are two types. First one is method overloading, and second one is operator overloading. And in runtime polymorphism, there is a method overriding. So let's discuss one by one. In Java, operator overloading is possible only in case of the concat operator or addition operator. Means only one operator which is overloaded in Java, which is addition or concat operator. So let's discuss our core concept, method overloading and method overriding. uh, I would like to explain both these concepts with the help of example. Suppose we have a class whose name is calculator, and in calculator we have two methods. The first method is add, whose parameter are int x or int num1 and int num2, and second method whose name is also add, but the parameter of the second method are float num1 and float num2. Means we have a class calculator, in that we have the two method, the and the both name of the both method are same, that is add and add, but the parameter to the first method is int num1 int num1 int num1 int num2, and parameter to the second add method is float num1 and float num2. The next question may come in your mind, when we are going to call this add method from the main method, then which method is going to call? The answer is simple. The method calling or the method which get called is depend upon which kind of parameter we are going to pass from the main method. Means suppose in main method we create object of calculator, calc c, and when we call c dot add 5 and 9, here 5 and 9 both are integer, and when we call 5 and 9, then we will get method add whose parameter are of the integer type, and when we call calc dot add 5.7 and 7.5, then the method associated with the float is going to called. So this is all about method overloading. Method overloading means same name, but by changing the parameter we can call different method. Inbuilt some method overloading are in math dot add or math dot min max methods are available in math class. We can pass a integer, float, or different kind of parameter, then we will get a result accordingly. So this is all about the method overloading. The next concept for our discussion is method overriding. Method overriding concept is applicable in is a relationship, that is in inheritance. This is also I would like to explain with the help of one example. Suppose we have class p, In the class P we have method add, public void add. And suppose we derive another class, that is class C, by extending the class P. And again in class C also we have the method add, whose signature is public void add. And in main method, suppose we are going to create the object of class C, means child class. We know that in inheritance concept, parent reference variable can hold the child object can hold the object of same class. Parent class reference variable can hold the parent class object, but one interesting point is here, child class reference variable cannot hold the address of parent. So in this scenario, when we are trying to hold address of child object in child class reference variable, then it is perfectly valid. And when we going to call with the help of child reference variable the method in child class, which is add, then we will get called the method in child class only. Means here parent having the same method name and child having the same method name, but with the help of child reference variable we can call only the child method. This concept is nothing but method overriding. So let's conclusively differentiate between method overloading and method overriding. The first point is that in method overloading the method signature is same, but the argument to the method are different. But in case of method overriding, all method signature is same, argument is also same. The second differentiable point is in method overloading only one class is involved, but in method overriding two class get involved, means child class and parent class. Means method overriding is possible only in case of inheritance. So this is a second point. And another point which is very important, suppose we have the one method is a static, means whenever the static method available in the parent class and same method which is static but which is available in the child class, then that concept we called method hiding and not method overriding. So this is all about the method overloading and method overriding. So these are the very useful concept which are used while in the programming. So we can say that OOPS concept with the very easily we can solve very complex problem in very easy way. Another OOP concept are like abstraction, inheritance, data hiding, that also play the very important role. So this is all about the polymorphism. Next question may come in your mind, what we can achieve by using the polymorphism, or what is the real world example of the polymorphism. So I would like to highlight here, take an example of ice or H2O, the chemical formula of H2O. In that whenever H2O is in solid state, then we call that ice, and whenever H2O is in the liquid form we call that substance as a liquid. And whenever H2O is in the vapor, we can call as a water vapor. The chemical formula is same, but their form or appearance is get changed, but their chemical properties are similar. So we can, by the change in name, we can call by using their different name. Same is the case with the polymorphism in Java. We can call same name by using the different parameter. So depending upon the parameter, method called is going to depend. Again, another example of polymorphism in real world life, take example of shape. The shape may be of a triangle or of the square type, but both are of the shape class. So we can say that by using the different name, we can increases the readability of the code. That's it's all about polymorphism. We will meet you soon. Thank you.